Whoop, whoop. Shut up, Lindelof. My man's performance was immense. Even if I shout out Mazel Tov, AC still couldn't crack on the fence. Thank God that Pogba was sitting on bench, but still said, wait, it don't make no sense. You could tell from the start of the game that we needed him. The first half had me feeling tense. Whoop! Shout out Lindelof, my man's performance was immense. Even if I shout out Mazel Tov, AC still couldn't crack on the fence. Thank God that Pogba was sitting on bench, but still saying, wait, it don't make no sense. You could tell from the start of the game that we needed him. The first half had me feeling tense. Whoop!
Come on! Come on! Bro, look, my heart was pounding. Look, this is your boy Firms, it's your boy NK, and we're back again with another show, OT99 Banter Room, where opinions get shared and smoke gets served. Look, we had our pre-match predictions, and today was the day. We got the W. Look, and we're through to the next round. I am so gassed. Gassed. Bro, where do we start?
Let's start with Paul Pogba. Let's start with Paul Pogba, because he came to change the game. You know, when we saw the lineup, it was always going to be about the substitution, because we both. From watching the side, you can tell like Milan, they left Ibra on the bench, and then Ole also left Pogba on the bench too. So you knew it was going to be a tight game, and it's just going to be one player, either for AC Milan, either it was going to be Ibrahimovic, or for us it was going to be Pogba to change the game. And at halftime, I saw that Pogba came on, and then he came on for Rashford. And yesterday too, Edwin was saying like, don't play him on the wing, don't play him back. Today, the wings was just perfect for him. When he came on, he done a job. When he came on, like you can see Bruno started to play different. And I'm not sure how the stats was, but I think Bruno has the ball more to Pogba than any other player on the pitch. I'm not sure, but I can guarantee you that. Because anytime Bruno got the ball, he was looking for Pogba. And when Pogba got the ball too, he was looking for them. The combination was beautiful. Yeah. And now we got a win. And glory Man United.
Bro, do you know what? That's the difference. You see what I mean about like Manchester United? The difference between this game today and our game that what was the result against? Who did we play? What was our last Premier League game that we played? Was it West Ham?
West Ham.
And we won that game 1-0. You're looking at the bench and you're thinking, damn, like, yeah, you've got Diallo, who's a young buck or whoever like that, but there's nobody else. And today you looked at the bench at least, and even though I was optimistic even about Donny van de Beek and if he'll ever get any game time, but I looked at our bench thinking, look, there's Pogba there, there's Donny there, there's guys that's got talent, you know what I mean, that can potentially make an influence. It's a big difference to when, like, against West Ham when it was just Amad Diallo or the rest were defensive options. So I was happy to see that, man. But you know what? If you have a strong bench, it can make a whole lot of a difference. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And I think today too, defensively too, we were good. And I need to today give a shout out, because today, I don't know about you, but today my man of the match was Victor Lindelof.
Bro, of course.
Lindelof was my man of the match today. You know what? Today, because everybody was so worried about him today, and what do you call it, Ibrahimovic, how's he going to deal with AC Milan? Because everybody was expecting Bayer to play, but he was so good today. He made a couple of tackles, blocking. He was reading the game so superb today. I got to give a big shout out to him. He played really, really good. Fred played really good today too.
It's one of the best games I've seen him play, like in a Man United shirt. I'm telling you.
Right. Yeah, it is one of the best games that he's played for some time now too. And it just makes you question like our team, because we can see our results like this. Because to be honest with you, at no point today did I think AC Milan was going to win this game. I was very calm watching the game. I don't know about you, but I was very calm. I think they only had that Ibrahimovic chance. That was one of the only kind of like dangerous chance. When Ibrahimovic
I would say in the first half, in the first half, there was chances that they should have taken that they didn't take. You know what I mean? And I feel like we've been getting lucky with our clean sheet record, because I don't think it truly reflects at times, our defensive capabilities. Yeah, we play well overall in the 90 minutes defensively, but there's times where we sleep, and if the quality was better from the opposition, like if we was playing at Inter Milan, for example, and you had the likes of Lukaku, the Lautaro Martinez, you know, all of these guys attacking you, man, it would be another story, man.
Yeah, it will be. But you know what? One thing about United feels like with defensively, so since like last year, we've been okay because obviously we played those two defensive midfielders to kind of like cover up. So we've always been okay. It's just a point of like whether what do you call it? We need to start defending a bit higher up the pitch because we always defend deep in the pitch. So we need to start defending a bit higher up the pitch, and that's when the problem comes because Victor and Maguire, they both don't have space. So that's when the problem kind of like comes. But I think our clean sheets, we're doing well. I'm not sure how many clean sheets we've had in a row, but we have had like almost like 5 on a row now too. So we just it's just been very, very, very good results today. And I'm really happy like we're in the next round too.
Look, I'm excited, man. And you know what it is with the defense? It's literally the pace thing. They're both not as quick. Lindelof's slightly quicker than Maguire, but in my opinion, but I just don't think that playing higher up the pitch with those two is going to be beneficial for us. And for some reason, I feel like Oli sees Eric Bailly as being sort of a lesser defender than Maguire and Lindelof. So it needs to be someone that comes in that can, you know, be significantly better than both of them. Where Oli has no justification to be thinking about Maguire or Lindelof playing together. It's always going to be this person and the other person. But that aside, I mean, do you know what? I'm going to talk about. So obviously, man of the match. I put Lindelof as man of the match as well. I wrote it down. I haven't even heard who they gave man of the match to, but they might say Pogba. I don't know, but I'm saying Lindelof. The closing down, the last ditch tackling that he done, everything was spot on. I mean, he was just amazing. I got to give it to him.
Yeah.
But let me move on to Rashford though. Oh, what is he going to say about? What is he going to say?
Nah, let's go on to Rashford because I got a lot of things to say about Rashford, man. I got a lot of things to say about Rashford. It's not. I think Ole is mismanaging him because you know he just came back from injury and against West Ham. I was even on Twitter and I was tweeting like I didn't understand why he made him play a full 90-minute game against West Ham. And now he's injured. We don't know how long he's going to be injured for, and it's it's a big problem there. Against West Ham, he should have played like 60 minutes, given a rest, especially if you knew you were going to start him against AC Milan. You know, but he was very poor in the game, so maybe there might be like a little bit of a fitness issue going on there. I'm not sure, but I'm gutted that he's injured.
So see his ankle. You know, he got injured. His ankle swelled up. I can't remember what game specifically, but it swelled up.
Yeah.
You know, was sidelined for a game or two, and he's sort of been rushed back. So even in today's game, I heard in the commentary them saying how, you know, he felt uncomfortable because his ankle was bandaged up. It was bandaged up. Then they took it off because he felt some sort of discomfort. I don't know if it was too tight or whatever, but you know, they strapped it back on again. Like once he took it off, he felt a bit of discomfort. They strapped it up again. He's basically botched. You know, he's playing with a bad ankle. He's playing with a bad shoulder. He's a guy that needs to be rested for a good amount of time, at least for his ankle to recover. You know, but it just shows the state that Manchester United is in, or the faith that Oli has in his current crop of players. You know what I mean? Because you spent 40 million on Diallo. He's hardly getting any game time. You spent 40 million on Donny van de Beek. He's hardly getting any game time. We took off Rashford. You brought on Pogba, an instant impact in the space of 3 minutes. You know, so
he's running because even if you watch today's game too, and I knew this is how it was gonna go too. I knew if Pogba starts from the bench and then he comes on, because if we are winning 1-0, I just asked myself, if you are winning 1-0, who does he even bring on? Because he doesn't have anyone to bring on too, because he cannot tell Daniel James off when we are winning, because he feels like defensively he's going to be a better cover up too. He cannot take McTominay off too, because defensively he's going to be like defensively too. He cannot take Fred off too. So then he just left with like, who can I take off too? And he can't take. We all know he cannot take Bruno off too. Attacking was we don't have no one too. And I think that's when his big dilemma is. When we are winning game, he does not have the substitution to make to see the game out. Obviously, when we're losing or when we're drawing, then he can normally like bring on attacking players to try and change the game too. So I think that's something that he needs to kind of like work on in terms of like even when we're winning today. I feel like the way the game was going, for example, AC Milan, they were pushing back. That would have been a good time to maybe say take Daniel James off, bring on Ahmed on, and probably hit them on the counter, get a second goal, and kill the game off too. Because we cannot always try to win with this kind of like close margin. We just cannot do that. We're gonna end up getting punished. Like we did get punished against Everton. That game still pained me. That last minute Everton, it still pains me. But we need to see our game easily and quicker too.
No, you're right. You're right. I think these 1-0s are scaring me, man. It's scaring me. And that Ibrahimovic chance that he had just worried my heart sunk. But I mean, you're right. I think, do you know what I mean? Like, it's unsustainable, these 1-0s. I'm happy that our defense is doing well, but at the same time, I think the gaps are there. Our squad depth is there. I mean, the only thing that Oli could have done potentially is do what he done against West Ham when he went 5 at the back. So he would have brought on Tellez and he would have done that whole thing with one of them playing as a wing back forward and another one playing as a centre back, left side of centre back. But we all saw how that turned out. You know what I mean? We just invited pressure. You know, at least in this game, we was holding the ball a lot more towards the ending minutes. You know what I mean? We had it in their half. We was running down the clock. If we made those substitutions and had 5 at the back, we would have been inviting pressure potentially, sitting deep, and it could have just gone.
Tactically, he was spot on today. Tactically, I think Oli was very spot on today. I knew he was going to stick with the same first 11 from the weekend. I had no doubt that he was going to change it because he got a 1-0 win against West Ham, and I think he was hoping for that same 1-0 today too, and he got that too. But once again, too, I feel like injury played a big part into it too. Rashford coming off of Pogba to come, of course. Before Pogba was on the pitch, we looked like we were inviting pressure on. Bro. He came on and he took control over the game. So once again, so like only tactics was spot on going on, but in terms of substitution, I think Rashford's injury helped us today. Without Rashford's injury, I don't know how the game would have been going to, because Pogba is very key. And I feel like after this performance, they need to make sure that they give that boy a new contract.
100%.
Like, I don't care how much money. I don't care how much money they get for Pogba. You cannot buy quality like that. You just cannot buy.
You ain't gonna find it.
Like
you ain't gonna find it. You ain't gonna find
it. You're not gonna find it. So they need to give him a new contract because we need that boy. We really need him. On
I was literally thinking like a while back when we were doing well and Pogba was out, like, we can survive without Pogba. We got Donny van de Beek now. And I don't know about Donny because he's not getting any game time, but when he's gone for a prolonged period of time, him coming back literally is like a new signing. I feel like he's lifted us. I feel like you realize what you're missing when he's gone. And for me, there's sometimes I'm screaming at Pogba like he doesn't track back or, you know, defensively doesn't do what he needs to do. But the quality that he provides going forward is you can't match it. And for me, I just feel like it is very key who's standing next to this guy. McTominay and Fred do a decent job together, but you can see it in that first half of that game. There was zero creativity. If Bruno's not on board, if Bruno's not firing, these guys are not helping them. I looked at Kessie at times, you know, getting forward, putting in decent passes. I remember, you know, but you look at it wasn't often. I reckon Fred and McTominay, you know, kept them more quieter today, today than it was last week. But I look at Fred and Scott McTominay and think, where's that ball that you're hitting from deep? You know what I mean? Where's that creativity? You're just running around and doing the whole breakup play, which is all good, but it can only take us so far. And we saw it in this game. Second half, it's a totally different scenario. Do you know what I mean? We only had we only had about 10, 15 minutes of that first half where we had some early chances, and that was it. Yeah, because
that's the thing. The thing about Fred and McTominay is they're a very similar player, but I always prefer Fred because if you watch Fred too, when he's one player too, anytime he break up the play, boom, he passes forward. He was so much suited for Manchester, like when we play the counter attack. McTominay, I always go because his passing is very, very, very poor. He's very good, like he can get goals compared to Fred, but his passing, anytime with the build-up play, he doesn't know how to control game. So anytime you have him there, he's not going to be the guy that will get the ball here and pass it there and pass it there. He's never going to be that kind of like guy. He knows how to like be in the right space, make a couple of like tackles, but that's when the problem is. If our aim going forward is to win the Premiership, then we need to either keep Pogba or find a balance that kind of like suits our attacking play, because we cannot rely on Bruno all the time. We just cannot rely on Bruno all the time.
And to be honest, like talking about, if I had to choose one between Scott McTominay and Fred, with this current crop of players right now, this team, I will go with Scott because he gets the goals. And we need we because there's been times this season where Scott McTominay stepped up, and Fred's always going to work hard. I think the physicality, they both got it. The height is a big issue, and I think Scott McTominay pips him on that. But the contributing, just being able to contribute those 4 or 5 goals that he's done this season in the Premier League, has been amazing for us. And what for me, it's not a big deal. For me, both of them can't be partnering Pogba because both of them are not specialist DMs. You know what I mean? I think we've tried it with all of them. We've tried it with Matic. We've tried it with Fred, Scott. They're not specialist DMs. They can play together and do a job, but they're doing 2 people's job. They should be doing, we should be freeing up a position. And that's where I feel someone more accomplished like Partey, you know, we missed out on him. We went to Arsenal, 50 million. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a waste because, well, you saw it today. It was clearly evident. Bruno, when he's slacking and he played so bad today, I'm going to get onto Bruno. He played so bad today. When he's not creative no more. Remember, it was every game he was either scoring, assisting, whatever, whether it be a penny. That's dried up for the last maybe God knows how many games. It comes in drips and drabs where you see Bruno do something, but the consistency is not there anymore. You're looking, who else you're looking at? Fred and McTominay? Yeah, they're running around trying to that's it. They're just intercepting play and clamping.
Right, but right now, Bruno is having the same problem that Pogba has been having for a very long time. Because if you watch him, when he get the ball, he doesn't know who to give it to. Bruno literally don't trust the players around him. Like the attacking players, he don't really trust them too much. He look up and then he see Daniel James. He's not really going to give it to Daniel James because most of the time, he's telling these players what to do. If you watch him anytime when he's on the ball, he's trying to tell this player, run here, run there, run there. He never does do that to Pogba because he knows if he give it to Pogba and he make the run, either Pogba is going to find him or he's going to find someone else too.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing Pogba has been having for a very long time. When he didn't have no Bruno to play with too, he tried to do everything by himself. And when you try to do everything by yourself too, you end up always playing bad. And that's what Bruno has been doing too. First half, he was shocking. Second half, when Pogba came in, that's when you saw him kind of like doing a little bit of like the one, two passes, pass and go. His interchange with Pogba was so beautiful to like watch. But first half, he was good. What's going forward, now that Pogba is coming, we're going to see Bruno start to play too good. He's not going to drop too much deep. He's going to leave that to Pogba to play deep whilst he find that pocket space that he always finds in between the box and gain the goals too.
No, you're right. And I think Bruno needs people that he can bounce off, like you said. And Donny is capable of it. Matt is capable of it, but he's pushing on. You know, we need guys around him that can support him with that, you know. And when Bruno's on a ball, we need runners as well. People off the ball working hard. Cavani's always doing his movement thing where he's causing defenders problem, where Bruno can just get creative with it and find them. But, you know, other than Dan James or, you know, Rashford's obviously injured. It's just hard work. But you know what? What I wanted to talk about though is Tomori. Tomori looked really good today for AC Milan. I mean, he had Dan James in his pocket a lot of the time. Dan James was trying to go out wide, you know, run to that byline, and Tomori was just easing him out of the game. It was terrible. Yeah, well, with Tomori, obviously, since he went to Milan, I've heard them kind of like give a good review about him that he's been playing well. Today, the way Daniel James was playing, it kind of like with James, he's not going to be he's not a skillful player to like kind of like dribble past. He always tries to use his pace to go past there. So today, I think like in 80th minute, he tried to go, but he just literally
push him up. Like, what you doing here? He just literally badged him up. And his physicality was very good. And I'm shocked. Like Chelsea let him go along. I'll be surprised if they actually sell him. I think the new manager, he will want him. He will want him back then. He will want him back there. But today's win was very key. And what today win? The win. It means one thing. It means that officially we are the favorite to win the Europa League. We are the favorite to win it.
Come on.
The only team that I was scared of in the competition was Tottenham. But today,
Tottenham, what?
No, I was scared of them. Tottenham, Arsenal too. I feel like over 2 legs, Arsenal maybe can beat us too. So
yeah,
but Tottenham was one team that I was more scared of, like facing. And I don't know what happened to them. Mourinho, thank God that guy's gone, but he is finished. He is finished.
He's done. He's done. Do you know what
I
noticed?
Done. If we can, go on.
What I noticed about Tottenham is like, if with Mourinho style of play, he loves this counter-attacking thing. He loves it like Man United. They do it. Harry Kane and Son, that's what they do. They break, do their thing. If they're not in the team together, playing together, this season anyway, what I've noticed, I don't know about previous ones. This season, before it was, Son that was injured. Harry Kane was struggling by himself. Now Harry Kane got injured, and then vice versa. They were both struggling together. They're magic. They're playing by themselves in isolation. Lamela and Lucas Moura ain't quite got the synergy that these two players have, and they struggle. Look, they didn't score 1 goal today. Not 1 goal. They lost 3-0, and their defense is an issue. Derek Dyer, all of these guys, it's not working. They lost
to a team. That manager just got a prison sentence, pal. The guy, I don't think even they had a manager today because the manager just resigned. And I just went there, because I was more paying attention to the Arsenal game because Arsenal, they were, what do you call it, losing 1-0. So I just went and said, this team is knock us now out. And then I checked the results and I see Tottenham are losing 2-0. I said, let me go watch this. These people get knocked out. And I went there and they were very, very poor. With Gareth Bale too, like he's been very poor. He's one player too. Man United, we are lucky we dodged a bullet with him. We are so lucky we dodged because he was going to come with like a big wages and everything. So going forward, I think as long as we avoid Arsenal in the next round, I see us going to the semi-finals again. But there is not a lot of teams left that are can give. I think there's Ajax left, there's Villarreal left, there's the team that just knocked Tottenham Dynamo. There's no team there that I can say.
I think
on a 2-leg.
So this is the teams, right? So Ajax, you don't want Ajax because that's always going to be a stressful game.
Oh, we will beat them.
Villarreal, they're through. Roma, Arsenal, obviously. Dynamo Zagreb, I would love to have them. Slavia Prague, I would love to have them. Granada, sorry, I would love to have them.
Yeah.
But there's a few teams. Man United's been getting unlucky with certain draws, like in FA Cup, EFL. Do you know what I mean? We've been having these blockbuster where, Sir Alex Ferguson get lucky and avoid these big teams in these days. We're getting all these blockbuster ones this year. You know what I mean? We had Chelsea's and City's in these cup matches.
Right. I think tomorrow is going to be perfect. I think as long as we avoid Arsenal, Roma is there, but I don't see Roma doing the job of us over 2 legs. Just give Roma to Arsenal. Let them two knock each other out, Give Roma to Arsenal. Just give us one of these teams, I feel like the thing about Solskjaer too, one thing I like about Solskjaer too is he's very tactical. So over 2 legs, it's very hard for Man United to lose over 2 legs. I think the only team that has beaten Solskjaer over 2 legs, if I'm correct, is Barcelona when they knock us out when he first came there. And what do you call it? Who was knock us out too again?
European football.
Another team. European football. There's another team, Man City. Sorry, I'm talking about in general, like semi-finals too. Man City knock us out too in the Carabao Cup when it was like 2 legs. When it comes to 2 legs, only tactically, the way he sets his team out to play, he always come out on top. Because even if you watch last season, we went all the way to the semi, and the semi was only just a one-leg fixture. If the semi was a two-leg fixture, we would have knocked Sevilla out. Guarantee you that. So two-leg competitions, I don't really fear a lot of the teams. I don't fear none of them. Arsenal is the only one I fear because obviously Arteta too, he kind of like set his team up too. Only he's gonna go a bit kind of like cagey where he doesn't commit kind of like too much. Any other team, we knock them out in two-leg. I'm confident of that. Knocking this team out.
Do you see any team knocking out Arsenal though? I mean, if they get Ajax.
Yeah. Even today, you know what? Arsenal, I feel like they were lucky in the first leg. Because today, they lost the game 1-0. They should have just gone there and just see. Arsenal, they're a bit like Man United. They don't take full control of the situation. They always just make things a bit kind of difficult. They won the first comfortably 3-1. They should have today go there, start back, let them come on to them, hit them on the counter, finish the game. And they were playing at home too. So how they let them come into, I feel like Arsenal, a lot of the teams there, Roma can knock them out, Villarreal can knock them out, Ajax can knock them out too. Yeah. But I just feel like they can definitely knock us out though.
I think like Arsenal's one of them. I think today they set out in a formation where they packed the midfield. They brought in, who did they have? I think they had Zaka in it. I felt like they had 3 DMs, you know, when I looked at it. I can't fully remember, but I feel like they had like 5 in the middle or something like that. It was very packed. I think they had like, it was packed. And I think looking at the first leg where they were up 3-0, I think that had an impact on today's game as well for Arsenal. I felt like their tactics differed where it was all about them seeing through that game, getting a result. And that was it, because you saw guys like Aubameyang was up top by himself, and then you had Pepe and you had whatever. But for me, I just got the vibe when I saw the formation that with the extra man in the middle, I thought they just wanted to see it through. And it was a smart thing they done, you know what I mean? If they needed to call on the personnel, they had, you know, Lacazette and, you know, whoever, Odegaard and all these guys who eventually came on anyway to see out the game. But do you know what I mean? I agree. I don't think I want Arsenal.
I don't want Arsenal. The rivalry between Arsenal and Man United, it's just gonna spare them on. It's just gonna literally spare them on, and it's gonna be one of those games where it doesn't need to be a big game. We are tired of that. Come on, just give us a non-English team. Let's go there. Let's just relax, knock them out, and then just look. Because I feel like now the way the season is going to, we are more likely guaranteed top 4. We got a big game coming up at the weekend against Leicester. If we beat Leicester 2, then we just say, hey, you know what? We got that one away. The Premiership, we can start giving some of the youngsters a bit of a chance. You know, just get the results and just kind of like just see the results. Because to be honest with you, if we finish in the top 4 and we win either the Europa League or the FA Cup, it will be a big boost for us. Because one thing is the players, they need to win fully to just get everybody doubt out. Because even the fans too, everybody's going to like, can only win something. Once they win something, straight away that doubt is gone. Like, hey, you know what? We can win something. And then next season, Sancho is coming. Once you get Sancho in, they get one more player inside, then it's like, okay then. Let's push City all the way to the end of the season.
So are you confident? Yeah. Are you confident that Manchester United is going to win a trophy this season then? Because they're still in FA Cup, right? We've got FA Cup and we've got Premier League. We're just chasing. It's basically the second spot.
Look, with the Europa League, if we avoid Arsenal in the Europa League, like I'm talking about with the quarterfinals and semi-finals, if we avoid Arsenal, we go straight to the final. And I do know we get Arsenal in the finals, we're gonna beat them in the final. One game off, we beat Arsenal. 2 games off, I'm not so sure, but Arsenal is the only team left in the competition that I told you. Mourinho, I was scared of Mourinho because you know how Mourinho is. His Man United, he was gonna fire them up, but I was always scared of the English teams. Arsenal, we avoid Arsenal. I don't see us making us all the way to the final. And the teams that are left there, I will be amazed. Like if any of them beat us into like, let's just say it this way: it is us for the taking. No one else. We are officially the favorite. No. It's a bit similar to when we won against Mourinho time when we won it too. It was a bit kind of like that. The team that just left there, you just don't see anybody troubling us too. They can probably give us a tie game like how AC Milan gave it to us, but in the end, I feel like we need to see it through too. My only problem right now is if we can just stop the injuries. You know, the injuries are going to be a key factor. Look, sure, I'm very scared because today he's been called up for the England national team. I'm very scared he's going to get injured too.
I hate when our players get called up.
Yeah, I'm very kind of like scared with him. Yeah.
I don't hate it, but he deserves it. He deserves it, but I just don't want injuries for the simple reason of the injuries. I'm worried.
I don't like it too, and I feel like in the Premiership too, Ole needs to start resting him a little bit too. You know, give the other left back to a chance to play. Yeah, in the Premiership, as I said to you, top 4 is more kind of a weak guarantee that because West Ham are in 5th place. They are way off. There is no way West Ham can catch us. There is no way we're going to get out of the top 4. You know, so start resting them. Make Europa League and the FA Cup the main priorities now. Let's just see other Premiership, and then let's win some. It will give us a big confidence going to next season.
It's surprising because Europa League is probably looking more achievable with it being Ajax and Arsenal probably our biggest worries. Maybe Roma, I don't know.
Yeah.
Then you look at FA Cup and you've got teams like Everton, City. So I think those two are playing each other anyway. So one of them is going home.
Yeah.
Then you've got Chelsea that's still in it, who's, you know, they don't seem to be wanting. They drop points, you know, on the weekend in the Premier League or whatever. I mean, not the weekend, but they lost.
And we got Leicester too, which is the big team too. We got Leicester. Too.
They're tough, and you know what I mean. So
that's tough.
It means we don't know which way that's gonna swing. So it looks like it's tough.
We don't know, but as I said to you, I'm with Europa League. I'm confident we can get that cup. And if you get that too, it's a big trophy too. Then you say, hey, you know what? That we made the progress in the league. We won the Europa League too. So why not we always can say yes, I've won it, and the players can start believing in him too. You know, because let's face it too, players who are a bit like fans too. A lot of them, they're gonna be having a doubt like, oh, can only win a trophy because he has not won nothing yet. Yes, he won the league in Norway, but that's in Norway. You know, it's a bit like Poch when people used to have the doubt that Poch hasn't won nothing. It kind of start creeping in the players too. So once we get off and then we win something, everybody's going to be on board like, hey, you know what? He's the winner. He has won the Europa. He has won the trophy too. So we can believe that he can take us to the Premiership too.
Are you backing Oli if he doesn't win anything to get his new contract? It seems like he's going to get one anyway if he finishes top 4.
No, I am not. The only problem, we are stuck with Oli. We are stuck with him because I don't see anybody coming in doing a better job than he is. I think the only guy right now that's available right now is Allegri, but I don't see him coming in and just because Oli has built a team to a place where you feel like he just needs 3 key signings to just hit the other side. He just need that kind of a signing. It's a bit like Liverpool too. You know that they were knocking on the door, and they needed like 1 or 2 players. They got Van Gaal, went to the Champions League final, and then they lost it, and then boom. The goalkeeper, and then they won the Champions League, and then the won it. It's like, okay, we've won it. Now let's go for the Premiership. So we need a bit similar situation too. We need to win the Europa League. Say, okay, we won it. Get those 2 players inside, and let's push City. Let's push them. Let's put them under pressure and see if they're gonna crack or not.
You know what? It's so important, man. This summer we've talked about it before. And we're going to keep talking about it as these days tick on, man, as these weeks tick on, as these months tick on. You know, once Ollie's doing his job, you know, if he finishes second and gets a trophy, you know, he's progressing and he's doing what he's doing his job. And he's always said it's more of a long-term thing. It's not a quick fix, you know, and he's making progression. So we can't argue with that. I think he'll deserve a contract for sure if he accomplishes, you know, getting a trophy and finishing second. And the board needs to step up and back him. They didn't do it last season. And we can't leave it for 2 years in a row because Chelsea significantly strengthened. We got really lucky that Lampard didn't get the best out of those players because we'll be in trouble right about now if he did. And, you know, City, luckily, they didn't strengthen too much. Tottenham got a few more players, but they're struggling. So we've been very fortunate that it hasn't clicked for some of these teams that are usually in the top 4. You know, now we find ourselves in a position where we're second. I feel like, you know, we probably got lucky, but next season we can't afford to make the same mistake. If we make the same mistake again, then I only see digression. You know what I mean? I only see digression. And potentially a few people signing on the dotted line may be dependent on players coming in. Your Pogbas.
Right. Well, I'm telling you, if we win Europa League, you win Europa League, probably say go to the finals of what do you call it, FA Cup or something. Come second. You do these three things. Oh, call Harry Kane. Tell Harry Kane. Oh, Harry, I won the Europa League. I went to the FA Cup. I came second. I need you to win me the Premiership. Do what we done with Van Persie. You go and you tell him, I need you to be the Van Persie of this thing. He is coming. He's gonna tell Mourinho to fuck off, and he is coming.
Bro, I know he wants to leave right now after getting knocked out of that. Premier League's a myth. Well, he's not in Europa League. Europa League he got knocked out. Premier League, they're not getting Champions League. They're not getting Champions League next season. You know, they're not getting Champions League. They might not even get Europa League next season. So, and I don't, the way City are playing, I don't see them winning the Europa League too. So he's going to be trophyless. He's literally going to be trophyless. And then he's looking at Mourinho thinking, I'm not going to win nothing here next season. We're not going to win the league. We're not going to win Europa League because we are not in. We're not going to. Well, I am telling you. They're not going to be in the top because they've got West Ham. They've got Liverpool that's performing. West Ham that's performing. Chelsea's obviously going to be in the top four. It's looking like they've got Everton on their backs, I mean, just ahead of them. What do you mean? They're not on their backs. They're ahead of them. Then you've got Arsenal as well that's trying to get up there as well.
That's fine. I'm telling you for a fact, if Man United win the Europa League and push on towards the FA Cup, because if we beat Leicester, we get to the semi-final, you know. So even if worst case scenario, we win the Europa League, we get to the semi-finals of the FA Cup and come second, you call Harry Kane and you tell, oh, Kane, see what this team is doing. Well, he will push a transfer, and I'm telling you, if Kane tells them that he want to leave, Man United they will, you know what, one thing the Glazers are going to it, they know how to borrow money, they know how to get loans from the back. They will get that loan and they will sign Harry Kane to come. I promise you that.
See, look, my thing with Kane though, so there's two big obstacles. One is he's 27 now, going on 28. That's a big thing. So by the time he even kicks a ball for United, he'll probably be 28. And you're paying such a huge sum because this is where the money comes into it. Secondly, the sum's probably going to be no less than 130 million or more, one plus upwards of that, north of that. You know, another thing is Daniel Levy, he's a hard negotiator. We've seen it at Berbatov, we've seen it with these things where he just rides it down to the last minute. He always gets a big sum. And United is going to be thinking, wait, you're 28, is it worth paying north of 130 million? And finally, he's got two more. He's got his contract don't expire to 2022.
I think 22 or 24. I think it's 24. You know, I think he got a contract extension. They gave him a new contract.
Yes, sorry, 24.
This is the thing. If a player want to leave, especially if Mourinho is still there, you know how he is. He's gonna fall up with Mourinho. They're gonna. I think he's worth it. You know, they're probably gonna try selling for 100 million, but just give him like what they call it, 50 up front, and then do the rest of them like installment. Like if you win the league, you get another like 10 million. If you win as a cup, you get another 10 million. Like just bargaining. But I strongly feel if he doesn't even come to Man United, he might try to go to City or somewhere else. Because if he doesn't win something, he's gonna say, look, I'm getting old, and it will be a shame. I'm a big fan of Harry Kane. It would be a shame for such a player to go and not win nothing. Alan Shearer even won the Premiership playing for Blackburn and Newcastle. It would be a shame. It would be a shame. You might even end up going to PSG, you know?
Bro.
Just link up with Poch.
You need to think about all the money. PSG is always going to be in the running for any top guy. They got the money. Cities, they're getting rid of Aguero. They're going to be in the running. Chelsea are here. They're looking for a new striker as well. They're going to be in the running. Do you know what I mean? United, with our transfer budget, I'm not 100% sure, but with all of that stuff that went on with Jadon Sancho, there's no way unless we're saying, you know what, bye Jadon Sancho next season, and he probably won't even want to come to us after that. I can't see us, Manchester United, even if we sold players, getting Jadon Sancho and Haaland. I just don't see us walking away from Jadon Sancho unless something massive happens this summer. I can't see it.
Nah, Sancho. Yeah, Sancho. I think Sancho already got an agreement. I think Sancho is what they call it. He want to move back to the Premiership. He always want to do that too. I don't see him going to Liverpool because Liverpool don't have the money to do that. Man City too. He already left on bad terms with them, so he's not gonna do that. Chelsea got so much wingers, so they're not gonna do that. Like last summer, he already had an agreement. Like I'm coming back to Man United. That deal is a bit. It's more likely kind of like that. There's nowhere else for Sancho to come. He don't have nowhere else to go. That is it. Liverpool go to Bayern Munich. Nah, Liverpool ain't gonna buy him. Liverpool. The only way Liverpool go for him is if they sell Mohamed Salah. You know, but they're not gonna. They have Mane and they go more too. There's no way he's gonna go there too. Like no way he go there. So I would feel like the only team in the Premiership that just literally suited for him is Man United. He comes there, they're gonna give him their number 7 share. His profile is gonna just literally go to become like a superstar kind of affair. So the Sancho deal, I'll be amazed if that. I feel like that will get done. It would definitely get done this summer. I see it getting done this summer, but it's just who else we're gonna bring in? Who else we're gonna bring in? I'll tell you what, if they can get Sancho and Harry Kane coming there, fuck getting a defender, mate, they will win as a league. Fuck get a center back, we will win a league.
I would love that. I would really love that, but you know how Man United to get one significant signing over the line is stressful. For us to get in 2 marquee signings, 2 of the biggest signings probably in the whole window that would happen would be coming to Man United. I can't see it. With all of our frailties in the transfer market, we have to be realistic. I think it's going to be something like Diego Dalot is coming back. He's going to be our new right back. Sancho is going to be deadline day. And, you know, we might get a centre back because we've been pushing for a centre back. And that centre back's not going to be something special. It's probably going to be a £30 million centre back.
Oh, yeah. We're talking about that too. Anyway, maybe that can be fair. But I heard we've been linked to Fiorentina centre back. He's a big quality too. Blinkovic, yeah, he's a good centre back too. Also from Serbia too. Very quality defender. So if he can do that, that'd be great. But anyway, one step at a time. Let's just see who we get in the Europa League. See what happened at the weekend. And then we move on from there.
Trust me. Do you know what? The draw's tomorrow. Is it tomorrow?
It's tomorrow.
Tuned into the Champions League draw. Tuned into the Europa League draw. And let's see who we get. Fingers crossed. We get Dynamo Zagreb or Sparta Prague or one of these teams, and we can progress.
Yeah, tomorrow will be a good day. We get Dynamo, Man City get Bayern Munich, Liverpool get PSG, get it. Chelsea get like Dortmund or something. Get them knocked out. Get them knocked out.
I do not want Liverpool winning nothing, and I don't want to hear about City doing a quadruple. Liverpool's going to stress me out, if they go on to win Champions League with our depleted team. You'll never hear the end of it as a Man United fan.
Oh, yeah, you will. But I don't see that, man. There's a lot of strong teams in there.
But what haunts me even more is City doing this quadruple thing. That is stressful. I don't want to hear that. It needs to end. So, we'll see.
And Chelsea too. We'll see. We will see.
Thanks for joining me again. This is the end of the OT99 Banter Room. We move. Smoke got served today. Man like Pogba. The little feint in the top corner. That's what we like. This is what we love. Sign the contract. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Insta. Follow me on Twitter. OT99 Banter, Twitter, Instagram, OT99 Banter Room, all one word. Follow me there. Peace.